What's up, guys? Doomwake here, and welcome back to some more Pioneer content here on the channel. Before we continue, be sure to smash the subscribe button, like the video, let me know what you thought in the comments section down below. What are you guys excited for in this new-ish Pioneer format? I say new-ish, but we're also taking a trip back to 2023 with this deck. You could probably get this exact deck list copy-pasted from a Misplaced Ginger challenge win maybe a year and a half ago. Not much has changed, but the format itself has changed quite a bit. So for those of you who don't know, Sorin and Amalia, out of here. Be gone. And what that means is I think that Rakdos is going to go back to the Rakdos of old, which is what you see in front of you. I mean, this is what Rakdos looked like before we had access to Vein Ripper. 4 Thoughtseize, 4 Fatal Push, that's mandatory. Best interaction in the format, that's why you would play black. Bloodtithe Harvester, fantastic card, can go offense, can kill a creature, very good when you flip Fable, because then you start copying Bloodtithe Harvester, so on and so forth. Bonecrusher Giant, really good in the Rakdos mirrors and good against creature decks. 4 Graveyard Trespasser, I guess that is maybe something I feel like they played 4 Trespasser at some point. Let me know in the comments. But I'm choosing to play the full 4 copies of Trespasser because of 2 reasons. One, I do expect a decent amount of Rakdos and or mid-range mirrors, and the ward cost of discard a card is absolutely massive in the mid-range mirrors because if they want to kill it, they have to 2-for-1 themselves, and it's really good against Phoenix because you can manage their graveyard to some extent, maybe hit a Phoenix when it ETBs, and that could be very important. Then the other thing here is we're playing 4 4-drops. I'm playing 3 Sheoldred and 1 Hostile Investigator. The list that I initially saw from, I think it was MTGO user Spicy Leche, who 5-0'd a league basically the day after the bans, had 4 Investigator and was companioning Giganta. Now, I don't think that's unreasonable, but the main reason I want to be so all in on Sheoldred is because of how much Phoenix I expect. Hostile Investigator, not that good against Phoenix. They kind of sometimes want to discard cards anyways to fill up their graveyard for crews. I guess you could argue that it's okay against Shredder, but it's also a 4-3, so it dies to Fiery Impulse. I really don't like this card against Phoenix, and if my assumption is correct that, the metagame is going to be 30 to 40% Phoenix, then I want to be the person playing as many Sheoldreds. And honestly, I think it might just be right to play 4 Sheoldreds. I would not be surprised if that's the case. Past the 4 ofs, we have a couple of additional removal spells, 2 Go for the Throat, 1 Bitter Triumph. I think I like that split. You could maybe sell me on 2 Bitter, 1 Go for the Throat. Not sure which one of those is better. 2 Kroxa, fantastic in the mid-range mirrors. I think we're going to go back to a time where Kroxa is one of the better cards in this deck, especially in those mirrors. 2 Bankbuster, same thing, really good at grinding, very, very good. What's nice about Bankbuster is when your opponent, like if you're playing a Rakdos mirror and you're on the play and your opponent plays Swamp Pass and you have a Bankbuster, you basically just time walk them because they can't cast their Fatal Push. Then you now have this threat that's hard for them to deal with, so on and so forth. And then just 1 copy of Duress, mostly an extension of the sideboard, because I think you want 3 in the 75, but not enough room to play 3 in the board. Mana base, nothing too crazy. The only thing that I will note is there is 2 Castle Locthwains, which I think most lists of old used to play 1, although as the format became more Rakdos heavy, maybe they did go up to 2 copies. But yeah, I mean, the 2 Hives, 1 Sokenzan, Takenuma, all of this is pretty normal. And then moving on to the sideboard very briefly, again, there's the 2 Duresses, good against control, 2 Hearses, 4 Phoenix, the 3rd and the 4th Bankbusters it's just the best card in the Rakdos mirror, 2 Damping Sphere for Lotus, 2 Hidetsugu Consumes All for a Boros Convoke, which I do think is going to see quite a resurgence. Boros Convoke actually took down the first challenge post-bans, and that doesn't surprise me. I think it's one of the few decks in the format that can boast a reasonable Phoenix matchup. 1 Go Blank for Phoenix and I guess just like control decks in general. Hostile Investigator, the 2nd copy, just for when you need to grind, and then 3 Extinction Event, because another deck that I expect to make a huge resurgence is Mono Green. Extinction Event, very good against people who are casting Old Growth Troll. So that's it for the deck tech. Honestly, if you found a Rakdos mid-range deck from me maybe a year and a half or 2 years ago, I probably could have just copy-pasted that same intro, but here we are. Anyways, let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. Like the video, subscribe, and I will see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. God, it feels good to be back. I'm not gonna lie to you, chat. Seeing this hand makes me feel good. There's just something about it. I can't really put my finger on it and tell you exactly why, but it just feels really good to see these cards in my hand. Case, March, Announcement. Well, I certainly can't beat two of these, so... It feels good to be back, folks. This is one of the first Pioneer decks that I ever bought into, was Rakdos Midrange. And I was like, I told myself that I was never going to buy into Vampires because Sorin was too expensive. I can't really explain why, but there's just something about this deck that I really enjoy playing. And it feels like I'm not cheesing people with like Sword and Ripper, you know? It's just honest, clean, good Magic. Am I the only one that feels that way? Oh, they have March in hand? Yeah, this is what we in the business like to call peak. It's peak. It is peak. No, it's definitely not allowed. I will choose to not eat my Kroxa. Thank you very much. Is it weird for me to say that I think this deck is easier to play than Boats? I mean, go back and watch that last league. For those of you just tuning in, that last league, there was basically near infinite amount of combat math involved. I should have Thoughtseized first, I guess. Well, no, I'm not Thoughtseizing because they didn't play on land. I'm just going to play Trespasser. Eating Kroxa is a free damage. You sure about that? I'm not sure that it is. I think it's actually the opposite of free. When am I casting the Kroxa? When they cast Wrath, maybe? I don't know. I guess if they showed us a Sunfall, if they have Wrath, it's probably going to exile. Maybe they'll, like, I don't know, get lost the Trespasser or something. Brother, where's my lands? I should have Thoughtseize first again. Torn up from all this. Target nothing. Target nothing. The 4-mana White Wrath coming. Which one? Like, no witnesses? There's a couple of them, I think. Alright, fine. You got me. I accept. Okay, well, there's that. And go, I guess? They can pop Carrot Cake this turn, though. We may actually have to catch the push defensively. And that also gets me closer to Kroxa. Could this deck maybe want to play Fable Passage? Or is that too bad? Like, Passage is nice with Kroxa. But it might be too bad. So we go to 10. And they can go pop this, make one blocker. Yeah, it's good with push too. I could buy it. But it would be really bad in the early turns. Okay, I'm going to do this pre-combat because there's a chance I might want to eat one of the Sheoldreds with the Graveyard Trespasser. Would Field of Ruin be better? Possibly, yeah. Okay, I have exactly enough cards in the graveyard for Kroxa. But there is an extremely high likelihood that I'm going to trade the Harvester this turn. Not if they march it, though, is the problem. So what happens if I Trespasser, eat the Sheoldred, and then they march the Harvester? Can always sack Harvester. Not if they march this turn. That's the problem, right? But I think that's okay, right? Because if that's their plan, like if their plan is march the Harvester, then I'm just going to play the Sheoldred anyways, right? Because then they don't have the answer for the Sheoldred. Yeah, I think this is better. It's extremely unlikely that I'm going to cast the Kroxa next turn. I'm just going to pass. I'm going to hold the land too. I guess holding land is worse if I draw a creature land, because I can go play land this turn, turn after Sheoldred creature land. So maybe it's better to play the land there. I could be convinced Wizards to print Prismatic Vista and Foundations. I don't think they would ever do that. I think part of the reason they don't like fetch lands that have a life cost is specifically when it comes to Standard, they want to have as much negative costing stuff as possible, I think. But maybe that's just not true. Because like newer players don't like that stuff as much. And if they're targeting Standard towards newer players, then that they're like less likely to be interested in that stuff. I don't know if there's any truth to that whatsoever, but that would be my read on it. So they still have March, right? I mean, we just send, right? We just send everything, and then if they decide to trade for both Gluttons, then we can just either Sheoldred or Kroxa them. Probably Sheoldred. It has to be Sheoldred because we know they have March. So if I Kroxa, they could just march it. They discard their other card and then march the Kroxa. They can march the Sheoldred, but they have to pitch at least one card, right? Which I think is much better for me. Caught him slipping with no upkeep stop. Maybe they didn't have a white card in hand, or they didn't want to do an upkeep. They should do it now, though, right? Oh no, they can't because they played a spell. Now they can't even kill the Sheoldred. They do gain 3 off that, but they have to chump both, I think, right? I think they're just cooked. No, isn't March worded differently? Yeah, they have to spend 3 mana on the March. March is not like Prismatic Ending. So basically, you have to pay the initial cost and then the X on top of that. So you need to pay 3 to exile a 2-drop. It's not the same as Prismatic Ending. I think my big issue with Prismatic Vista, Kebby, is it's too good with Cruise. Cruise and Dig, for that matter. How did I miss a damage? Oh, okay. So, Shelly down. How did I miss a damage? I'm confused. But now we Kroxa their March, right? Keep creatures in the graveyard. 3, 4, 5. You have 7 in grave? Right, but how did I... You're saying I missed the damage. I'm failing to understand how I missed the damage. I'm confused. Oh, I could have used the Harvester. Right, okay, I see what you're saying. I could have used the Harvester, I see. I see what you mean. Quads, by the way. Quads, by the way. I do have a 3/3. Does that matter? We are not eating today, boys. We are not eating today, I repeat. Alright, do this. I need some spells. Should have harvested first, right? We go to 8. Quad cases. Yeah, if I harvested first, I could have found a push. Lost in the moment. Yeah. And actually, I could have exiled 2, right? Because assuming they were going to... I mean, I guess I didn't know they had to get lost, but assuming they double block the Harvester, which they kind of have to do, then I think that maybe I could have even discarded 2 there. Or exiled 2, rather, excuse me. This should be dead, though. I can't imagine they can get out of this. Alright, Rakdos is back. Mono white cases, huh? I'm trying to come up with a bit, but it's not really working that well, you know? Alright, I think something like this is good. The spot removal is bad against them. Might even do this. What do you think about that? Just no spot removal, all gas, no breaks. I don't hate it. Did they show us a single creature that these cards are good against? All the creatures they had were tokens. I think it's fine. I mean, they could, like, have some kind of sideboard threat. They could have Beza, yeah. But we can kind of just play through Beza. Like, we can overpower that card. I think. Stellar mana base. Just fantastic mana base. I mean, I'm just going to try to high roll the untap land, of course. Blackcleave Cliffs, Haunted Ridge, Castle Locthwain. Get this card out of here. I cannot beat it. I don't even care what the rest of your hand is. I can't beat that card. This matchup seems not that great for us. I mean, I guess any matchup is good when you draw double Thoughtseize. And we got Thoughtseize bugged. That was not the right land to play, by the way. That was not the correct land to play. Yeah, definitely not the correct land to play. Whoops. My mistake. How do we beat this, by the way? We boarded out all of our Go-For-The-Throats. I guess we can kill it with Harvester Bonecrusher. Okay. But only if they tap out, which they're just not going to do. Can kill it with double Harvester, right? Because it only gets indestructible. No, Oh, you're saying am I playing Blue-White Lotus because I'm missequencing my lands? Yes. I think it's Trespasser. I'm gonna read Mondrak real quick. I gotta make sure I know what this card does. So they can pay 1 and 4 life. Oh, they have to sack 2 to make it indestructible. Okay. So even if they like leave up a mana, I could still just kill it. So it's actually not that bad. I thought they could just pay 4 life to make it indestructible. To let you know. Alright, 4/4 has been cast, which means we can't pop the blood token this turn. So, what we're going to do... I mean, we have to, right? We just have to. So we go here. 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 So I can try to hit my land drop and fail miserably. Their hand is Get Lost, Sunfall, X. The question is, how are we going to beat these Fountain Ports? They have 2 Fountain Ports and a Citadel. It's going to be kind of hard to beat that. So Hidetsugu is mostly here for Boros Convoke, but it seemed pretty good against them because they had Caretaker's Talent, Carrot Cake, like other ways to make tokens. But it's mostly here for Convoke, I would say, on average. Remember that thing about drawing lands? Pepperidge Farm remembers. I mean, we can get a mana source next turn off the Fable, I guess. Could be worse. No, Nykthos is not an activated ability. It's a mana ability. Mini pet. Okay, that makes sense. They can get lost the Fable, which I think they maybe should do. Okay, they did not kill the Fable. Definitely discard this, and then I think second hostile. There we go. So their hand is Get Lost Sunfall. What if we just slam Kroxa? Okay, so what happens if I slam Kroxa? I played that deck a little bit last week, Reforged, and I thought it was pretty good. I think there's definitely some improvements to be made on that deck. Let's Kroxa. Let's Kroxa. Black, black, red, red. Let's get a little Kroxa action going on. Alright. Kroxa. Titan of Death's Hunger. If you Kroxa, they Sunfall. Yeah, but it's still a 2 for 2, right? It's actually a 3 for 2. I'm still up a card in the exchange. Because they discard a card to the Kroxa, and then they Sunfall and lose the Mondrak, and then they have one card in hand, and my hand is 4 spells, you know? Like, I think I'm still in a good spot if they do that. They actually discarded the Sunfall. So they're going to get lost the Kroxa, which I'm also okay with, I think. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what their plan is. Their plan is just not cast the Wrath and leave the Mondrak in play. I guess that also makes sense. Yeah. I think we are about to get cooked, chat. Are they going to get lost the Kroxa? Flipping is huge, too. I'm going to go straight to combat. I'm pretty sure they're going to get lost the Kroxa. Be shocked if they wouldn't. Yeah. Now, the question is, do I want to trade the Graveyard Trespasser for 2 tokens? Because if I attack, they're just going to go block with Mondrak, sack 2. I think that trade is okay for me, because it just kind of cleans up the board a little bit, no? And if I don't do that, they're just going to make 2 more tokens, so I think I kind of have to do this. And it gets more stuff in the graveyard for the Kroxa. Like, I think it's just okay. Now, they might just go chump block and make more tokens, but I think I'm happy with either outcome. I think the plan is Fable Bloodtithe. Yeah, so I'm going to Hostile this turn, and then next turn I'm going to go Bloodtithe copy. Yeah. Yeah, the Bloodtithe can answer the Mondrak next turn, which is nice. Yeah, so they're going to go Indestructible. That's fine. Okay with this. This is all fine. Then we get one of their last 2 cards. I guess we have to hope they don't have an answer to the Fable. This has been a really interesting game. They discarded Emperor? What is their last card? I guess maybe they figure the Emperor's not that great here. Okay, that's fine. I mean, that's good, but it's not that good against Fable plus Bloodtithe, right? Assuming we get to kill the Mondrak, I think we're fine. Oh, we can even do a check here. Okay, is it better to play the Bloodtithe first? I think it is, because it gives them the option to mess up. Like, if they're holding a Get Lost for when I copy, then I can do this. I mean, hold on a second. There's no way their last card's a removal spell, right? I mean, whatever. I'm just going to check anyways. I'm paranoid. It's a good thing I did that, huh? It's a really good thing I did that. Elspeth jump scare? I repeat, Elspeth jump scare? Jesus. Oh, God. Okay, now we can't lose, right? We can even start copying Hostile Investigator. Yeah, I mean, and we still have 2 Fables left over, even if they somehow answer the board. I repeat, we have an Elspeth sighting. I don't mean to alarm you, but just make sure that you are aware that there is an Elspeth sighting. Draw step, copy Hostile. Really? I don't know. I feel like the Mondrak's pretty important. My thinking was that if I draw step, make them discard, they can still just make 2. They can make 4 tokens that turn, you know? So that's kind of why I really wanted to cut them off of. Not only that, but also, what if they draw something like March or Get Lost? You know? Then it's like, holding up the copy doesn't accomplish that much. So I think it's just better to kill the Mondrak there. But it is close. This is going to look weird. But I want to put a counter on the Harvester. Yeah, this is perfect. Now we can just go attack with both, play Fable. Disorder, disorder. And now they can't double block the Harvester. I might even just play Bonecrusher instead. No, I'll play Fable. I think we're going to get to a spot where eventually I'm going to plan on casting the Hidetsugus. Or if they, like, make a token, hold it up or something. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a situation where I would want to... I guess playing Fable makes the Hidetsugus worse, right? Because if that's my plan next turn, then I'd rather have the Bonecrusher in play. I really don't want to cast Hidetsugu until I use some of these, though, you know? No, I'm good. I am content. Yeah, we'll get one of these. So now they can march the Goblin Shaman token. I mean, I guess we just go to combat, right? See if they let me attack with this. If they let me attack with this, I might just Kroxa them. Although they can march the Kroxa, so maybe that's bad. Yeah, Hidetsugu is worse for us. I don't want to cast that now, for sure. I definitely don't want to cast Hidetsugu now. Okay, I still might Kroxa them. I mean, they're still drawing a lot of cards. Like, this game is not over yet. This game really is not over yet. Which is kind of shocking, to be honest. Yeah, so we trade here, trade there. They're at 3. Surely it's Kroxa, right? Yeah, it's got to be Kroxa, because here's the thing, right? With them at 3, if they drew a land, they have to discard the March. Because if they discard land, they die. And if their hand is land March, they're basically dead, right? Because they have to discard the March and then can't answer the Kroxa. Yeah, see? So that means they drew a land. Do you think the Caretaker's talent has a place at all in Pioneer? I mean, it's looked good in our opponent's deck. I think it looks pretty good here. I worry that these decks are a little too slow and dirtily to kind of keep up with the more aggressive decks. Like, I can't imagine. I don't really know how this mono white deck ever beats Lotus Field. You're maybe like too slow against boats, but you do have Sunfall. I'm trying to think. Phoenix you're probably okay against, because historically the white sideboard cards are really good against Phoenix. Yeah, you probably can't beat Control. But, I mean, who's playing Farewell, right? Even the Control decks aren't playing Farewell. Right, that's what I'm saying. You lose to Lotus game 1, and then your sideboard is maybe like 4 Drain of Magistrate, 4 Deafening Silence. But white does generally have the best sideboard cards, so I could see it. Well, that's kind of awkward, right? If you want to be, if you're trying to be a Sunken Citadel Fountain Port deck, you don't want to play a bunch of Damping Spheres, because then it makes your Citadels a lot worse. So I think at that point, maybe you're better off playing like Drain of Magistrate and stuff like that. All right, you have no cards in hand. Oh, but they can gain 3. But we can just cast Hidetsugus, right? And they have no cards. Well, no, they're not dead, right? Oh, no, they are, because even if they can gain 3, go to 6, make a 1/1, but then, oh wait, no, they can draw a spell off of the Takasia's Welcome trigger and then discard the spell, right? So they go, draw spell off the trigger, discard spell, go to 6, block Kroxa, go to 2. So it's not lethal. I mean, it might as well be, right? Like, I don't really know how they're getting out of this. They did draw a spell. I think we're favored only slightly. Only slightly, not by a lot. I mean, their draw engine is kind of nice. Like, Takasia's Welcome, Wedding Announcement, Fountain Port. That's a really good draw engine. Like, it helps them grind a lot in these types of matchups. Like, I would say, on average, they're probably a big favorite against these Rakdos decks. Just, again, the combination of Announcement, Talent, Welcome, like, all those cards are so hard for, Now, this game was maybe a bad example of that, where I just kind of had enough early pressure where I could just get them into a spot where they couldn't really fully take advantage of these cards. So that is the other issue too, is like sometimes Rakdos can have draws like that. Like the more aggressive Rakdos draws. Also, this is only game 2. They're on 9 minutes right now. Yeah, the classic Rakdos draw. I mean, it used to be turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Dust Legion Zealot, turn 3 Sorin, but now that's no longer the classic Rakdos draw. Oh, okay, well that's good. That helps. Alright, I cast this. I don't know what they could have in hand, so I'm just going to do this first, but... Like, I know I could just stomp them, but... Might as well make them take game actions first. Imagine they settled me. It would be so good if they had settle, because they think that they actually have a chance if they settle me, but then, we have this. Dun, dun, on to the next one, dun. Yeah, I almost wonder, like, how do you take the opponent's deck and make it more aggressive, Maybe that's just not what the deck is trying to do, but it feels like maybe it goes a little bit too slow sometimes, right? I don't exactly know what that would look like, but something like that, All right, it appears we are playing against... Oh, is this that, like, mono-white Yorion value deck? We found back-to-back mono-white opponents. We'll be queued up with Rakdos. Good times. Not exactly the spread of decks that you would want to play with Rakdos, but... All right, which 3-man enchantment that I can't beat are you going to play? This one. Okay, definitely can't beat that one. Where did the mono white deck come from? I've seen it pop up a little bit, like a couple of times over the past couple of weeks. I think I have to do this. What? Who let them cook? All right. I mean, I'll take the Emperor, I guess. Your turn. I'm sorry, what? You gotta run that by me again? What are those doing in the deck? You ever seen Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger and Novice Inspector in the same deck? Yeah, it could be a Cage deck. Or Nykthos. Nykthos is maybe more likely. I would guess Nykthos. The thing about Cage is they're playing 80 cards. And I think it's less likely to be Cage with Yorion, right? Bitter Blossom and Pioneer win? I'd be into it. I'm not even sure how good it would be, but I'd be into it. Yeah, there's no way that Cage plays Yorion. They get to reset the announcement this turn. It's kind of gross. Alright, I'm going to kill the Inspector because they're probably going to play the Yorion next turn. And then I guess we just play Fable. I don't think we're winning this game. I do not think we are winning this game. Definitely not now. Jesus. And their hand right now is Ulamog, Emrakul, Yorion. Noted. I have to keep the Go for the Throat for the Yorion. So I guess we discard these two. That's not good. Maybe I should have kept the second Trespasser. Discarded the land instead. What do you think we could get an Aether Vial printing into Pioneer? Do I think we could get an Aether Vial printing into Pioneer? Probably? That one's close. I think that one has the potential to be a little too good. But I wouldn't hate it. I'd at least be, like, interested in trying it out. Yeah, well, this one's got Yorion, so it's a little different. How do you feel about Nykthos and Mono Green after the ban? Think it's going to dominate eventually. We played against it once earlier today, and it did look very good. But, again, I think it's a situation where... What's this do? Okay, that's fine, I guess. I think it's a situation where a lot of people were so focused, like they were focusing so hard on trying to beat Amalian vampires that it really took up a lot of their sideboard slots, which means less sideboard slots for stuff like Phoenix and Mono Green. And now that people have two less like top decks they have to target, I think people's sideboards will adjust accordingly. So, and Green is a deck that it's one of those decks that if you want to beat it, you kind of can. It's not that hard to beat it, you know. You just have to want to beat it. And people didn't really have that, like, they didn't really have a ton of reason to try to beat it because it just wasn't that popular before. We are extremely dead, by the way, I think. We don't even have good attacks. So if I attack, they just triple block. What sideboard is there to beat Green? Damping Sphere, mostly. Alpine Moon, to a lesser extent. And, I mean, not even necessarily just sideboard cards, just cheap removal. Like, a lot of the times when you're playing against Mono Green, if you kill their turn 1 elf, sometimes their draw just doesn't function. You know? Like, if they keep, say they keep a 2-land elf bunch of 3-drops hand, and you kill their elf and they brick on land, like, they're just going to be dead, you know? Like, they rely very, very heavily on their elves in a lot of situations. So, sideboard cards like Damping Sphere can be good. Counter spells, like Aether Gust, Disdainful Stroke, things like that. So, I mean, there's enough stuff that's good against it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Don't forget about Valkyria. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till my turn to go for the throat. They didn't blink the announcements. That's interesting. Kind of thought they would. Huh. Yes, but they didn't attack last turn, right? Alright, we know their hand is 2 Eldrazi. I'm just gonna put this over there. We probably just Kroxa here, right? 1, 2, 3. Black, red, red, black. I think we Kroxa. We actually might be okay. Hold on. So we can get one of the Eldrazi's out of their hand. Do they have a chance to cast the other one? No, because Emrakul costs 11? Yeah, they're not even close. What if they draw Nykthos? How do these work with Nykthos, by the way? Does anybody know? I want to say they don't count towards devotion, but I'm not positive. Yeah, no pips, right? Okay. All right, Emrakul down. Do I want to copy Trespasser? Probably. I don't see why not, right? Go here, and then we can attack with the copied. What does this do? Whenever, if a source an opponent controls will deal damage to you or a permanent you control. Okay, so they can eat this, but I can still get to deal them a damage off of this. And then they have one card in hand, which we're going to get with the Kroxa. Nice 2-3. I mean, it's a copied, right? If they send everything, we can animate the Bankbuster and block 2. I think we're kind of okay, right? This is going to be a weird game. Depends on what they draw, of course. If they transform, they do. If they exile and transform, they don't. Really? So, Graveyard Trespasser, for example, would flipped Graveyard Trespasser count towards devotion? Because this is just transform. I did forget they had that. So they can hit for 5. And I guess they're going to hold another card in hand to not discard the Eldrazi to Kroxa. Take 5. We need something good here. I don't think that qualifies. I do not think that qualifies. They keep mana value but not devotion. The transform cards or the exile then flip? Or is it both of them? Oh, it is both of them. Okay. Got it. Yeah, so they keep the mana value but not the devotion. Right, okay, I see. I'm going to draw a card here. Is that good? We're just going to get cooked by this cave is the problem. So what happens here? Reflection, copy, Trespasser, shove everything. Well, I should Kroxa first. Yeah, I should Kroxa first, I think. If they discard a creature. Yes, let's go here. Keep this. Do this. We have to be worried about being dead on the backswing, though, is the problem. That's a good point. Sokenzan only costs 3. We can actually Thoughtseize and Sokenzan. I don't know if we want to Thoughtseize, but... And then I guess the other problem is they only have to trade one creature for Kroxa because of the stupid Valkyria. Oh, that's true. But we don't need to Thoughtseize, right? Because they only have one card in hand. So what if we go... Copy Trespasser? Why is there Ulamog in their graveyard? There's about to be an Emrakul in their graveyard, too. I guess I could just hold up the Reflection, right? I do want to attack with the Kroxa, I think. So, no, Thoughtseize is not a free 3 damage because, well, 2 reasons. One, if I target them, I have to pay an additional mana. And 2, if they have a land in hand, they're going to discard it to Kroxa anyways, right? But I can't Thoughtseize, pay for Valkyria, and channel Sokenzan. Which I think I want to channel the Sokenzan this turn. So why don't we just go to combat? I'm just going to send the Kroxa. Yeah, see? So they kill the Kroxa. On defense, we can go Reflection, Copy, Glutton, and Sokenzan. Sucks that we can only kill one of these. Oh my god. I forgot to do 4-2. That's bad. I forgot to do 4-2. Rip. Get this stupid. I killed the fly though, you know. That's all that matters. The fly has been defeated. Yeah. Would have been nice to kill one of them. God, they're playing so defensively. Just attack with all your creatures. What's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? Yeah. Oh, and now I lost the Kroxa, so yeah. I needed to I got so tilted because yeah. I got a little flustered because I missed the damage that I forgot to channel Sokenzan. Okay. Hold. That's a card. That is a Magic the Gathering card. That is, in fact, a Magic card. Okay. Okay, hold. So now we go here. Nothing matters. I'll make sure I get my damage right this time. You can just send the copy. Yeah, that's the plan. And then tap land, pass, hold up Sokenzan. The Sokenzan gets us a little bit closer to rebuying the Kroxa, which is nice. Could have done the cutesy animate Bankbuster on end step and copy it. Yeah, I guess that probably would have been a little bit better, huh? Than copying the Trespasser. Yeah, that would have been a little bit better. This game, man, Jesus Christ. It's been going on for so long. Also, don't forget, Ulamog, Emrakul jump scare. Eldrazi jump scare. Whoa. We could... Yeah, we have 3 mana. I guess we could do that, yeah. If you don't think this has been a 6 set, then I'm starting to think you don't like Magic. Yeah, this game has been insane. I don't know how you could watch this game but not be entertained. This has been a wild game. Speaking of entertained, folks, if you have an Amazon Prime account, the best way to support the stream is with that free Amazon Prime sub. Any primers in the chat? Any Oilers? Any oil princes of Dubai that just want to drop 100 gifted? They're out there somewhere. I appreciate you all being here, chat, enjoying the stream. Hope you're having a good time. Does the Bankbuster copy come with counters on it somehow? I believe it does, yeah. And they should have 1 less token, to be fair. There was that one turn that I missed the damage, but... Alright, Cave has been animated. We going to the cave. Alright, -5. I accept. Did you land? So we're doing this, right? I think we're doing this. It's better than making tokens. I just want to gain a bunch of life. Because I think the only way I really lose this game is to the stupid cave. So this one's going to die, right? So let's draw a card with this one. Because that one's going to die anyways. Well, we're no longer losing to the stupid cave. Ooh, that is true. Stomp can mess up their blocks. Because it says, if a source an opponent controls will deal damage to you or a permanent you control, prevent one of that damage. Question. Wanderyak, thank you for the 13-month resub. If I stomp them, how much damage do they take off the stomp? Do they take 1 or 2? Because it says, damage can't be prevented this turn, period. Stomp deals 2. It's 2, right? Okay. I wasn't sure if it, like, applied until after the stomp resolved, you know what I meant? Okay, it's 2. Got it. Okay. I do have to pay an extra 1, yeah. What if I copied the Glutton? Wait, can I just kill them? Copy Glutton, deal 2, 6. Attack with 2 Gluttons. 6, 4, 2. No, I can't quite kill them, right? Yeah, but I'm still... So, 2 from the Trespasser puts them to 6. 2 from the Stomp, 2 from the Shelly, they go to 2. So I think I'm 2 damage short, right? Shelly attack is good here? No, they just quad block. I think there's no chance I attack with Shelly. The thing is, I just don't have to attack, right? Yeah, why am I doing this? I'm just gonna pass. Yeah, I don't have to do anything. I could just chill. Oh, okay. Well, hold on. Now they're just dead, right? Turn off auto yields, turn off... No! No! Shit, I meant to turn off auto yields. Fuck. Because now I can kill them. Now that they're at 4, it's copy Trespasser, deal them 2, stomp them. I should have done that while they were tapped out. I just F6'd. Wanderyak, thank you again for the 13-month resub. Appreciate this. Appreciate the resub, Wanderyak. I mean, I think we're still fine, right? Especially with the go for the throat to kill the cave. Yeah, they have a Yorion Companion. See how much more interesting and fun these games are when you don't get Sorin Vein Ripper on turn 3? I know, crazy concept. The games are just generally a lot more fun. Alright, so copy, eat these 2. 15. Crew the Bussy. I'm also just going to crew the other Bussy, because I don't want to put the Sheoldred in combat. Oh, that's bad if they have Emperor. Okay, I won't do that. Never mind, I lied. Yeah, we're going to play Viper Sack a little bit later. So, eat, trade with the copy, block here, take 9. Yeah, but, like, I don't know what they could have. I'm going to try to wait till they tap mana, you know? Alright, what are they playing? Mono-white shitters? How do we sideboard against mono-white shitters? Hostile, good. We just played this matchup, right? Hostile, Duress, go blank. Cut Fatal Push. I'm going to keep in... I mean, they are an Eldrazi. They showed us Eldrazi. I don't know what to make of that. I kind of wish we had a Kolaghan's Command in the board. I want to bring in these. Did we just not play these again? Same thing as last time? Could play one, I guess. Because this also kills Wandering Emperor. You assume there's a cage. See, I don't know. I think they might just be playing Nykthos. You know? I don't think they're playing cage. I think it's just Mono White Devotion. Am I into Otibok Beaver? I don't know what that is. Yeah, I mean, they also could just be playing, like, just hit 10 land drops, cast my Eldrazi, you know? I mean, this hand draws a lot of cards. Right? Can't keep this. Okay, this one's fine. This one's okay. In the Wati stream, they said they won't let the One Ring lore stop them from banning or even restricting it. Yeah, I mean, we kind of expected that, right? Didn't they already specifically call that out in the article? So we kind of already assumed that, right? On top of the fact that when Morrow posted the State of Design article, Morrow specifically called out the One Ring and Bowmasters as power outliers, and he also specifically said that they would not be afraid to reprint those cards. Even though they're in universe, you know. So it's like, I think there is the general consensus is that we already kind of knew that, you know. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, you can clip it, ship it, post it to Reddit, do what you need to do. You can quote me on this. The One Ring, as of this time next year, will be banned. Like, that card's not going to survive another year. I guarantee you 100%. There's no shot. Zero chance. Yeah, clip it. That's fine. I don't care. I told you to clip it. I said you can clip it. I literally did say that. I got Thoughtseize bugged. I don't like it. Not a big fan of the Thoughtseize bug. I don't know what this song is, but it's a fucking banger. Who requested this? Maracuja. It's kind of a banger. Should buy a cheap domain just to clip people making bold predictions and post it there. Look, if another streamer wants to take up a bet with me, I will do it. And I'll be on the side of them banning the ring. I'll do it. Don't, you know. Should I not buy 4 rings then? Again, not a financial advice stream. You do what you want to do, you know? Oh, wait, no. So they have 2 lands and Eorion. Combat. This is probably a game they're going to flicker the wedding announcement. Telling you a better ring will come out in the Marvel set. How can they make... They can't make the card better. It's already too good. There's no way to make it better. Oh, I've been sober, I've been fighting. They just took it? Oh, because they want to... Yeah, I see what you're saying. Do we flip? Or do you just hold here? Because they're going to go... Okay. Their turn is likely going to be... Do they even play the Yorion? They have the Yorion 2 lands in hand. I think flipping is fine? Yeah, I think flipping is okay. I just want to get more shit into play. Because, like, the more stuff I put into play, the worse it makes their blocks. Even if they get to flip this. But if they Yorion blink this, they can't flip it this turn. Which means this is 100% going to kill the Yorion. So, like, they might be incentivized to just go Yorion, blink nothing, pass. Which I think is what they're going to do. Okay. Field my Urborg. I mean, I could just fetch a swamp, right? Even if they did that. I'm just going to go to combat, I guess? I don't feel great about this position. I think we're kind of in a bad spot. I'm doing my best to get it together. Because they can go trade for one, double block the other, or just triple block one, take 3. Yeah, so we have to let this happen. I mean, I guess I'm doing this. And then just this. Rare situation where I would actually want a Giganta. Wait, you added the quote and you put the clip on it? Jesus. You're really trying to make me eat my words, huh? No, that's not what I'm saying, Sanderson. I'm saying, even if I said it was going to get banned in a year from now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you shouldn't buy them, because you might get to play them for a whole year, you know? That's all I'm saying, you know? I mean, they should just kill the Bonecrusher Giant, right? Yeah. Not great. Good card, please. That qualifies. That does certainly qualify. I should draw now, right? In case I draw a tap land. Okay, that's not great. Thanks, Ibelcon. I appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. Welcome. Glad you're enjoying the stream. We're trying to play some new formats. We're exploring. We did a little bit of exploring in Modern yesterday, playing some Pioneer today. I have a couple more Modern decks lined up for tomorrow, so we'll probably just alternate. We'll do Pioneer today, Modern tomorrow, Pioneer Thursday. We'll try to switch it back and forth because I want to play both formats. I want to play a lot of both formats. Being the first person to ever pronounce your name right, Ivelcon? I didn't think it was that tough. I'm surprised that a lot of people would get it wrong. All right, more cards. More cards. Just what we needed. Do we attack with Trespasser now? If they trade, we get a 3/3, which I think is good. But then they probably just take 3 and then crack back with this, which we can chump. They don't trade. Oh, the Valkyria. Right. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about this. Right. I always forget about that. So basically what you're saying is we're cooked. All right, chat, write this one down. I need you to, noted, please add a Coligan's command to the sideboard for the next league. Write that one down, please. When are we playing some Vintage? Vintage is not my jam. I mean, I'm sure that there are plenty of people who are interested in watching it, but it just not my jam. It's probably really fun, but okay. That doesn't help though. I'm just dead, right? Because they have the cave. Is there any way I can kill them? I mean, drawing the Bonecrusher kind of, sort of matters with the Valkyria, right? No, because they just have the cave on defense. They block poorly. I don't really think there's a way that they can block that matters, if that makes sense. Because, like, in order for me to have a good attack, I have to go Bonecrusher, I have to stomp them, play Bonecrusher, Crew Bankbuster, right? I guess I can... Oh, okay. I can draw a card and then use this pilot to crew the second Bankbuster. Yeah, okay. That doesn't save me, right? That does not save me. Okay, so I think we're dead on board, so we just have to hope they horribly fuck up somehow. I don't even know how that's possible, but... Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna eat the Trespasser from my graveyard. Maybe they won't play around Stomp. I don't even know how that's possible, but we'll see. Try to draw a card and hit Gate Command. Am I allowed to take the Kolaghan's Command out of my binder and put it in my hand? Although, Kolaghan's Command wouldn't even save me here, because I'm just dead in the air. So they have Emperor? I mean, they clearly have something, right? Oh my god. I can't believe I won this game. Holy shit. There's no way, right? Oh my god, dude. How did that even happen? What the fuck? Alright, we're 2-0. My goodness. Yeah, maybe. They could have assumed that I had like a go for the throat for the Yorion, possibly, and that they needed they were gonna have an additional turn to try to kill me. I could see that, yeah. Path says, any Bloomburrow cards catch your interest for Pioneer lately? So a lot of people in chat have been asking me to work on Innkeeper's Talent plus Vraska and Pioneer, but like Innkeeper's Talent, just in a general sense, I think is really good in Pioneer. Past that, Rottenmouth Viper we've worked with a little bit. Trying to think, those are like the two standouts for sure. Other than that, though, I don't know. I mean, I want to try Caretaker's Talent, but I don't know what it would be good in. I mean, we just played against 2 mono white decks, but I don't know if I want to play a deck like that. How can we break the 2/2 for 1 green? You have to play it with scales. Scavenger's Talent, too. That's another one. Scavenger's Talent's really good. Caretaker's is good in Standard, but I don't know if it's good enough for Pioneer. Like, the format is a lot faster than Standard. Surely this resolves, right? They would never have a counter spell, would they? What are you bouncing in scales? The O2 that puts a counter. The O2 frog. I mean, at least that's what I was thinking. Huh. Okay, I'm not casting Sheoldred this turn. I could have played my land first to just pay for Normalize. I don't know if that was better or worse. I'm going to discard the land this turn, that's why I'm doing this. Although, do I want to discard the land? What if I draw second Thoughtseize? It's still worth, right? Let's do this pre-combat in case they have Emperor. Fine. Alright? Fine. You win. Alright? My spell is not going to resolve. Now the question is, do you even cast the Sheoldred? They have 3 in hand? I mean, I'm probably not drawing a third Thoughtseize, right? Like, I think you just have to jam here. Because the only benefit is holding for third copy of Thoughtseize, which, like, it just seems unlikely. I guess this could be the reason. This is probably the main reason, right? Alright. So they have Wrath. But if they Wrath, I can flashback Kroxa, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah. Okay. It's up for a kid. And they didn't play a land that turn, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kroxa, by the way, Kroxa looks a lot better than Caustic Bronco this game. Because I did think about Caustic Bronco. Oh, because you get a food off of the Witch's Oven? Maybe, but is that better than just playing the black-green deck with Ygra? I guess you could play, like... You could take Todd's black-green deck and then maybe just try to splash Caretaker's Talent. I could see that. Be interesting. Could be worth considering. They have 2 in hand. I'm just going to go to combat. We're going too deep. Some would say neck deep. Okay. So Trespasser first in case they have Jwari, because I want to get the Deluge out of here. I mean, they only got 1 card. Well, I think you would play both, right, Tenacious? Or at least that's the idea, is just play like more value enchantments. So Emperor is what we have to think of. No, Deep Anal is not legal in Pioneer. Would that card be played in Pioneer if it was? Okay, well now I want them to Emperor. Bro, they don't play creatures. Why don't they play creatures? Whatever, who cares? It doesn't matter. Trespasser's bad against blue-white because they don't play creatures for it. Yeah, I assumed this was happening. But I'm okay with this. Really? I guess that makes sense, yeah. If their last card's a land, then it makes sense. Alright. Draw a land. Febon, I'm going to need you to draw a land, please. Please and thank you. Por favor. Por favor. Be a long, long time. Shut up. Don't say Sunfall. Don't say Verdict. They drew a spell. No! It's worst possible. God damn it. Fuck, man. So close. Alright, alright. That's something. That is something. You'd put Deep Analysis in Phoenix, probably. Yeah, I guess I was thinking with, like, Ledger Shredder. You go Shredder, Cantrip, discard Deep Analysis. It'd be kind of cool. Rocket Man. Take. Do I have time for that? I think we have to make time, right? I think we have to keep this. Because I mean, it is one of the better cards we could find here. The Dive Down. Okay. Okay. I mean, we're drawing very well. This game is not over yet. Rocket Man. Yeah, they don't have enough mana to activate Hall next turn. Even if they draw land. I wanted to attack there so I could have a mana to pay for Jwari Disruption. Okay, it's unfortunate, but... fair. I think we're ahead this game. I actually think we're pretty far ahead. Oh, they picked up Kahira. Got it. That's insane because it kills the Emperor, right? I don't have enough mana to castle, but I think that's fine. We'll castle next turn. And it gets around them having a counterspell here, which is so huge. They draw a Get Lost? I wonder, if they drew a Get Lost, would they consider killing a spirit to protect the Emperor? Okay, well, they didn't do that. But we can take a few more hits from this, because we're going to be empty-handed most of the game for the castle anyways. That makes the castle worse. Makes the castle a lot worse. I can still activate castle on their turn, but it's worse if I brick on my turn, that I can't, like, play land, draw, then play spell. I have to wait till their turn. It's still okay. I'm not complaining for sure. It is a good draw. Or, it's still, the castle's still good here. It's just not as good. Yeah, they hit Normalize. They have located the counterspell. But we got some mana. Okay. That does something. What if I go Duress, copy Spirit? No, I can't kill Narset, right? Well, I could put Narset to 1. Right? Duress them, copy Spirit, send 3 at Narset, and that basically denies them an extra card. I was thinking Duress in case they drew Get Lost. I mean, I don't know. If I Fable copy a Spirit token and they get lost the token in response, am I unhappy with that? Probably not, right? Yeah. They have No Moralize? Right, but like I don't really care about the No Moralize. I don't think I do. And if I do, I can just hold the Duress for later, right? I think the difference is, do I want to pay an extra life? And I think that the 1 life is fine. Yeah, Get Lost would give me 2 maps, which is big. I mean, I would rather have the maps at this point, probably. Now, what if they have Days Undoing? That's the problem. Whenever you can have any card in the Pioneer format, Febon, you're just not allowed to draw Days Undoing this turn. Everything else is fine. Yeah. 3 deuce. 3 deuce I'm okay with. Okay. They have 3 in hand. I think this is probably a good Duress turn. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So, I mean, none of these matter, right? I guess I'll take this. And then we go cast this. They probably should No Moralize this just so I can't copy it. Or not. There's still no creatures in the graveyard, by the way. Not a single creature. The Duress backfired. Yeah, I was wondering if maybe they like... I thought there was a possibility they drew Memory Deluge that turn, but chose to play this as a blocker instead, in case I like drew something good to copy with Fable. So I thought there was a chance that if they drew Deluge, then I could Duress the Deluge, then eat it, but that turned out to not be the case. Again, it just doesn't matter what I eat, right? I don't think anything matters. Am I still ignoring... I'm ignoring Narset, right? Yeah, I'm ignoring Narset. At this current juncture, I think we should. I don't think the Narset matters. No. With them at 9, I'd rather attack them. Because their hand is 2 bricks. I just want to get this game over with. Go to 5. Where can I find the list of the post-ban challenge? Start prepping for DC. I will link you to them. They're on Goldfish, but I'll give you a link real quick, Pomelo. Scared of Days. They only play 1, right? Most of these decks usually only play 1 Days Undoing. I think. 2 tops. That's the first challenge post-bans. How does the Control versus Phoenix matchup usually play out? It really depends on who you ask. I mean, if you ask Control players, they'll say they're favored. But if you ask Phoenix players, they'll say they're favored. So it really depends on who you ask. I think the answer is it's very close. I don't think either side is like heavily favored. I think it's a very close matchup. Yeah, I think it's a really close matchup. Emperor and Fable's kind of sus. And they're at 7. I mean, other hand is 2 Normalize. What happens if I Hive and send both at them? They trade token for Trespasser, go to 4. And then I play second Hive. Yeah, I'm thinking that too. Yeah, I think maybe attacking them is kind of bad. So let's do that. Let's just go Animate Hive. I think I'm not attacking with the Trespasser. Because I only have to send these two, right? They double block Hive, I trade for Kahira, next turn I play second Hive. No, this thing is Menace. So this guarantees kill Emperor. And I think I can save the Trespasser. And I don't care if they block the Hive, because I have second Hive anyways. Menace keyword. They also might just not block. Because they might want me to just spend mid on the Hive next turn. There's definitely a world where they don't block here. And then maybe I try to kill the Narset next turn. Yeah, them hitting the Spirit makes sense. We flip back to Knight for whatever that's worth. Actually, Knight does kind of matter, because it means they can't attack this turn. It's also really good for me they have not been hitting land drops, because at some point, this is going to be like a represent a lethal attacker. But there's still one land away. That's kind of unfortunate. Okay. So if I animate Hive, 1, 2, 3, 4, I still have enough to activate Castle, so let's do this. I think I want them to field the Hive, because I have 2 anyways, and then I can Castle on their turn still. Yeah, they're going to field the Castle for sure. Which means I clear the Narset this turn? Oh wait, no. No, if I clear Narset, I die to a land, yeah. Huh. Right, I didn't think about that. What if I just did this then? Leave back the Trespasser? Yeah, I like that. I think that's how you have to do it here. Because then we're not dead to a land. But now they're probably just gonna... Maybe they go double block field Castle. Okay, that I'm okay with. I think the game kind of slipped. I don't really know where it did, though. I don't think that we necessarily, I don't think we necessarily did anything wrong. I'm pretty sure the only decision that I maybe could have made different this game was kill Narset when I could have, but I don't know if I made any, super bad plays. We have to hope they keep drawing No Moralize. That's really good. Holy shit, that's insane. I'll cast that one. That is a good draw. Now, we know they have 2 No Moralize. It'll be interesting to see if they discard one here. Because if they don't and hold 2, then I can't flash it back this turn, because they could just double No Moralize my flashback. Do I have 10 mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, they discard P-Hole. So it's just land pass, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know their hand. It's 2 No Moralize. Rescue me. We know their hand is 2 No Moralize. Also, if they draw land for the Hall, I might double block the Hall. They attack with land, and then chump the Hall with the Trespasser. I kind of want to double block this. Is that weird? Or even, hold on, if they attack with everything, I could just go trade, eat, take 6, go to 1, or take 7, go to 1, right? Thanks again for the Prime, Chongo. And I'm glad you're enjoying the content. So here's the question, do they send everything, or do they only send the Hall? If they only send Hall, I double block, I think. Okay, now I think I just trade eat, right? It's a smart attack. Is it? Oh, because if I trade eat, then I can't use the Hall. But that's fine, because I just Kroxa them next turn, right? You have a creature in the grave now? Right, but I only have one. Yeah, that's a good point. Kroxa is a blocker for Hall. I mean, I'm doing this. I'm doing this, for sure. Okay, that's another blocker, too. That helps a lot. So now we can go black, red, red, black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I think we just go attack Fable Pass. I mean, it's obviously bad if they draw Wrath, but lethal with Nightbat and Trespasser and Kroxa. No, because we know they have their hand is too normalize, so we know they don't have a land in hand. But this puts them to 2, which means even if they draw Wrath, they still die to Sheoldred or Bonecrusher. So even if they top deck the Wrath, which is the perfect draw for them, we still have outs at that point because they go to 2. This game has been insane. Look at this game, by the way. Holy shit. What a game, dude. Wait, can we have Arena of Glory and Pioneer with Kroxa? What a game, dude. Turn 17, by the way. I mean, this is why we play Magic, right? Those games are so fun. That game was a lot of fun. I can't even lie. All right, these out. Maybe this one stays in. Duress in, Bankbuster in, Goblank Investigator. Is that just it? Would you ever consider keeping in some number of these for Cat's Postboard, or no? It's probably not worth it, right? One Fatal Push. I think I'd rather have Throat, because Throat kills the cat. But there's nothing that's bad in my deck. I mean, Bonecrusher is probably the worst card. Oh, sure. They might. Yeah, I guess they could have Beza. What creature type is Beza? Can you Beza with Kahira? I honestly don't know what creature type it is. It's an elemental? Okay. Not sure about this keep. I think it's close. I'm not sure about it. Jeffrey Bezos. Speaking of Jeffrey Bezos. Okay. Well, now I think it's a good keep. Good keep, chap. Good keep. All right, they're cooked. They are so cooked. But they played the other island. They didn't draw a counterspell, right? Well, you know. That's how that works. That is, in fact, how that works, huh? I mean, we're still kind of fine, right? We just Kroxa their whole hand away. They're going to try and kill us with a 3-deuce. So anyways, I started blasting. The Thoughtseize bug is still real in 2024. They discarded Kahira. Interesting. I guess they just want their lands for the castle, which I get kind of makes sense, right? We Takenuma next turn? No, I just want to keep Kroxing them. I think this is right. So their last card is El Castle. Turn 2 should have been a Kroxa. I mean, am I stomping here? I don't think I'm stomping. Not sure if I should. I mean, I don't know. We saw their hand. They had to draw exactly a 2-mana counterspell, which I don't know how many they play, but okay, now we can Takenuma. I'm not sure how many they play, but I don't know. I think it was worth the risk, you know? I think it was worth the risk. Like, I don't know exactly what the percentage chance of them drawing the 2-mana counter is there, but did we draw Duress that turn? No, we drew Duress the turn after, right? I thought we drew Duress the turn after, but I can't remember. I don't remember the exact sequence. Well, okay, if we drew Duress turn 2, then that was probably a bad play, yeah. We don't know what their last card is, right? I'm just going to slam Kroxa. Yeah, if we drew the Duress turn 2, then I agree. We should have waited. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because then I could have went Kroxa on 2 and then Duress Bankbuster on 3. That would have been a lot better, I agree. But now we win. Now we are fine. Even if they had Normalize, we have second Kroxa. But it would take us a while to get to the second one, I guess. See, I wasn't sure about Kroxa, but it's been pretty good so far. Playing around them top deck and counterspell. Yeah, well, I mean, even if, like, under the assumption where they top deck counterspell, I think it is still better to just hold there. Like, basically what chat's saying is that if they drew a counterspell, and if they drew one counterspell that turn, and I go Kroxa and then Duress Bankbuster next turn, I'm still in a commanding position, you know? So it's like, alright, they give up. We are 3-0, 6-0. Clean. Clean, by the way. I mean, I basically just copied Misplaced Ginger's list from a year and a half ago, right? Ooh, Oath is 4-0. What's Oath up to? Oath has a companion of sorts. Kahira! We just played this matchup. Keep. I think this matchup is good. At least the way we've constructed our deck. Alright, so what's the plan here? Is the plan just take both... Well, maybe we don't care about the veto. I could take Normalize, turn 2, tap land, Thoughtseize, take Emperor, turn 3, slam Trespasser. I'm going to do that. I think that's the plan. Well, my plan has been foiled. Pivot? What's the pivot take? What is the pivot take? I mean, it still might just be Emperor. Yeah, I think it still is, because it's hard to beat two of them things. So what's their hand? This. This is gone. They played this, and this is gone. So this is 4 + 1. Unfortunately, we did not draw land. Is one Hostile Investigator main board good? I like it over the 4th Sheoldred. I mean, I think that the biggest reason for me to not play the 4th Sheoldred is Legendary. Now, that being said, I think Sheoldred is a lot better at Sheoldred is better in a lot of matchups. But you get some nice utility about like doing a 3-1 split. I was hoping they would miss a land drop that turn. Okay, we're back in it, folks. Chat, we are back in it. I repeat, the game is not over. Not dead yet. Yeah, I did think about Archfiend too. Archfiend was certainly a consideration. No counterspell here would be nice. Thoughts on putting Skullclamp into Modern? No thanks. That I will pass on. Yep. So veto Whole Emperor. Please don't draw land. Missing land here would be nice for me. Oh. Speaking of, you love to see that. Do you just slam Bonecrusher here? I mean, I do. I don't know about you, but I do. They didn't counterspell the Trespasser last turn. And I think if they had a counterspell, they would have countered it. Two mana. They have Get Lost? Maybe they're thinking about Get Losting the Trespasser, or I guess the Bonecrusher. But they do kill the Trespasser. Probably discard Whole. Yeah, okay. Do they miss again is the question. They do miss again, and we have the Hostile Investigator. So let's go to combat first. Pretty sure I'm just going to slam Hostile this turn. Lily would be good for this matchup, but I think Lily's more of a sideboard card. I don't really think you would want to main deck Liliana. Yeah, see, here is a good instance of I'd probably rather have Sheoldred here, but you know, this one's still good, you know. Still gonna get me 2 cards. Oh god, they have to march it? That feels horrible. So they pitched No More Lies. No, they pitched Sunfall, discarded Veto. Okay. Well, they did draw the land. Now all of a sudden we're still not in the best spot. They are hellbent though, so that is good. Is it just Trespasser map? Yeah, I think it's Trespasser map. Go here. This map again. Okay. 2 lands, but we're clearing lands off the top, which is nice. And they're hellbent, so can push that. I think we're in a fairly commanding position. I'm gonna do a check for a second Emperor. Okay. Let's go. I guess I don't want to Fatal Push this because they just draw a card, right? Yeah, Fatal Pushing this doesn't accomplish anything. So I guess that's a good point. They do draw either way. So maybe it's better to go push here, get in the 4 damage, play land, hold up castle. Well, I have Go for the Throat for the anchors, so. If this was my plan, I should have pushed first, though. Because then I could have seen what their top card was in case I wanted to Thoughtseize that. So yeah, if this was the plan all along, I should have pushed first. Is this card actually seeing play? I think this card's good. I think it's also potentially really good in creativity. I've wanted to cook a creativity deck with this card. Probably blue-red. You know what? Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. Ready? I was thinking about Boros creativity and utilizing Caretaker's talent as an engine to make tokens for creativity. Well, I mean, not in a control deck, but you know what I mean. I was thinking about that. Dupe did that. Do you have a list? I would love to take a look at a list. And they're at 5. I mean, I could use the Go for the Throat, but I think I'd rather just save it, right? Oh, I should have targeted my Trespasser. That was dumb. It should be at 1. I don't know if it matters, but I should have targeted my Trespasser for sure. Make a fish. Make a fish. Oh, Kebi has a list. Boros creativity. Emperor, Worldspine, Xenago. See, I think I want to play Atraxa. Creativity, Get Lost, Torch, Spite, Caretaker's Fable, Wedding Announcement. Yeah, this is exactly what I was thinking. I think what I would do is play 2 or 3 Atraxa, do like a split of Spite Helix, and then I think I probably wouldn't play Alvaz Meribit, but something very, very close to that was what I was thinking. Okay, they're off it. Okay, up a game against Control. Duress in, Buster in, good old Dave and Busters. These in, and then push out, throat out. I think Talent's a good card, but I don't know if you necessarily want to put it into a control shell. Or like, if you want to put it into blue-white control specifically. I think it pairs a lot better with red. Or maybe even green. Because green gives you, like, Huntsman's Redemption, that kind of stuff. You could be like... I know that somebody in my Discord, I think it was Pleachow, played a ton of green-white vehicles. And you could do Essica's Chariot, Caretaker's Talent, Huntsman's Redemption, and have that as your core. There could be something there. And what I like about that is you have the Elves to accelerate into Caretakers, because the card is kind of mana-intensive, so having Elves to bridge that gap seems kind of nice. Fountain Port in Convoke. Well, the problem I have with Fountain Port in Convoke versus something like Mirex is the color intensivity, because Mirex lets you cast your 1-drops on 1, but having colorless lands is kind of sus. Yeah, Caretakers with Eskas, I was thinking about that. I mean, it's just Emperor, right? Emperor every time. I was thinking about that. I think there's two options here. I think there's option 1, which is just take Emperor, because it's the best card in their deck against you. Or option 2 is take Normalize and then slam Harvester. The thing is, I kind of don't mind if they Normalize Harvester. I think I'm okay with that. Because here's what I'm thinking is going to happen. I take Emperor, they trade for Harvester, then I play this on 3. And then their hand is Veto Shark Typhoon, which doesn't really answer the Bonecrusher, so I think I'm just going to do that. Yeah. Yeah, we can bank on 4. We can even draw a second discard spell for the Veto. Second Bankbuster's not bad. And they just have to counter this. Ooh, okay. Or not. So, Typhoon, Iganjo, Lies Veto. We can even now turn 4 double Bankbuster, which is kind of nice. I am just going to play Takenuma here. Be mana efficient. Yeah, that one they counter. Shark Typhoon, Iganjo, Veto. And they played Otawara. That's pretty good. That plays around Veto, too. I think I'm slamming that. Yeah, it's definitely just slam this, especially because we know they have the Veto. Alright, so their hand is Veto, Shark Typhoon. I mean, that's beatable, right? Okay, hear me out. Play Bankbuster, bait the Veto, and then Duress the Typhoon. Thoughts? Because, like, I don't really care if they counter the first Bankbuster. I kind of want them to do that. And I think I would rather have them counter the Bankbuster than the Duress and the Shark Typhoon, right? I think I'm going to do this. They may cycle you with a Duress. Yeah, but if they cycle, they're only making a 1/1. I don't care about that. And then I could just double spell next turn. I think this is way better. Okay. Shit. They're both really good. I don't know which one's harder to beat. I would assume that Emperor is harder to beat. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Yep. We can still double spell next turn. Okay, that's fine. They're probably going to hold this for a while. I guess we bust first. Because they have some weird shit like Spell Pierce. I don't feel too bad about this. I do feel bad if they draw something like Temporary Lockdown. Okay. It's medium annoying. These games are really fun. We just played it a lockdown. I mean, I gotta take some risks, right? I'm too far behind this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can make a 4/4. Do you think they will? Kind of hope they do. Because if they make a 4/4, I can just kill it. They're going to make a 3/3. I'm still probably killing that. I just need some pressure, you know? I think we hold the castle, because they have this. I guess maybe... Is there ever a world where you discard the castle, maybe? Okay. Yeah, maybe the castle's not good enough. Maybe we have to find something like Sheoldred. I should have done this main phase. For sure. If I was going to do this, I should have done it on my turn. I mean, if I play castle, they would. Yeah, I just don't want that. I want to find cards that matter and not lands that die to Field of Ruin. This game's going to be kind of impossible, though. Because we don't have enough pressure in play, and they have the Fountain Port engine going. I mean, I guess now I'll play the Hive just to have a 5th mana source in play. No, that was dumb. I probably should have discarded again. Like, discard main phase looking for a discard spell. I think we are probably dead this game, but I want to catch up on time a little bit. Just spam F6 a bunch. Alright, good card, please. Good card. That is not a good card. Another Shark Typhoon. It's going to be tough. That is going to be tough. That means we're probably dead. Yeah, Shark Typhoon with Caretaker's Talent, that is kind of sick. I didn't think about that. I don't know. I mean, I think Talent's reasonable in this deck. It's just like, does the blue-white control deck want more, 3-mana expensive card advantage engines? I'm not sure that you do. That's the only thing that I question with that. But it has looked relatively powerful in their deck. Alright. Top of the deck, please be kind to me. I don't even know what it could be. Not that. Alright, next game. Next game. That's the first game we've lost this entire league, by the way. We got game 3. I'm not worried about it. Is there another creature combo to slot into the Coco deck? I mean, I guess you could go back to playing Acerak stuff, but I don't know if you want to. Acerak mentioned. Yeah, they could sacrifice their clue to Fountain Port. Combo. Yeah, we drew kind of poorly. I agree. Our opening hand was good, but we just didn't draw that well. And like the turn that I Duress them, I was hoping to take the Typhoon, and they drew the Emperor, then they drew another Typhoon after that. Like, their draws lined up very well. I think this matchup is fine though, so I ain't sweating it. I'm gonna take Talent this time. I think I'm probably gonna take Talent Emperor. There's a greedy line where you just take both Deduces. I don't know if I like that, though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, no, I hit something that I shouldn't have. Oh, they have 2 bases, okay. Still taking this. Okay, so they have this plus second besa. Take the greedy line. It's not unreasonable, to be honest. Like, it's not the worst line in the world. Yep. No Emperor? Yeah, so they have Beza, Deduce, right? Yeah, Beza, Deduce. Miss a land drop, please? I mean, if they're tapping mana main phase... Hold. Let's go. Okay, hold. Discard these two, give me a land. Okay. I mean, now I'm just casting Sheoldred, right? Yeah, we just cast Sheoldred. I was going to cast Hostile Investigator, but Shelly much better, especially if he has to keep cantripping to hit land drops. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Tough way. That's a shitty way to end the match, but because like the game one was so good, it's a shitty way to go out. I feel bad. I mean, we're 4-0 though, you know. Huh. Well, this hand is not ideal. I don't know if I should keep this, but I'm going to. There's no joke, it's just, you know, it's just there. That's what my yard looks like. Yeah, I'm streaming outside right now. This is in my backyard. What's a mermaid's favorite body wash? I don't know, you tell me. I mean, you're gonna tell me, because that's why you asked me. Tide? Come on, man. I accept. How is this not on my soundboard? I need to find it, okay? It will be okay. I need to remember to do it. Kindly leave. Take 0 damage, by the way. No damage taken. Do we Kroxa or do we hold up Bonecrusher? Probably hold up Bonecrusher would be my guess. Broken windows and... I mean, Bonecrusher Giant doesn't kill a ton of stuff in their deck because they have a lot of prowess creatures. But it could do something this turn. I played the Gruul deck at all? Not yet, no. I've seen some lists. I think there's some things about lists that people currently play that I'm not a huge fan of. So if their last card is Rage, this is kind of bad. But am I content with just taking 5? I'm not sure that I can take 5 here. I think we just have to hope they don't have Rage. Alright, good. Dodged a bullet there. Jesus. Whew, okay. Dodged a bullet. This one's gone. Alright. Hold. I mean, I guess if this was the plan, maybe I should have discarded Kroxa. Could sack Blood for a CP drop push. Yeah, I guess that was better, huh? I was gonna say maybe there was a situation where if I have a mana up, they wouldn't go for the Rage, but they still would, right? Just block the biggest thing. Or I could just take 7. Block here, take 7. If they command, I go to 1. Honestly, I'm into it. Although, I guess if they have command, this is bad, right? If they have command, it's better to block here. But the issue is, if I block this, they don't have to cast the command, right? Yeah. Well, okay, maybe that was bad. I want to see their last card. Perhaps that was bad. I think even if I block the Coyote, I'm still in a bad spot, right? I block Coyote, they still cast the command, and I still kind of just lose. Like, I think I was losing that game regardless. Like, no matter what I blocked, I think I was losing that game. You block Aloe, then what happens? They cast command, and I still have nothing left over. I'm still losing that game. Like, it just didn't matter. And I think I'm boarding out Kroxa anyways, so I don't mind showing it to them if it's a card that I'm boarding out, you know? I want to do this, though. I have to cut 2 more. Maybe the Bankbusters. Thoughts on this? Yeah, I think Duress is good. Like, the thing about Duress is they don't have a lot of hits, but the hits they have are extremely powerful. Monstrous Rage, Atarkus Command, all that stuff. How is Bank worse than Duress? Because Duress hits the cards that you're losing to, the cards that you care about. And the thing about this matchup that you have to realize is the way you beat them is get to a spot where you double spell. It doesn't really matter what 2 spells you cast, just cast 2 spells, you know? Like, you don't beat them by playing more powerful cards. You just beat them by trying to play more cards than them. This is a matchup where it's all about quantity, not quality. And, like, if Duress trades for, you know, a ham sandwich, I'm pretty happy with that. Also, Duress on the play hits the enchantment, which is nice. I don't think I care about Play with Fire. Much rather take the Rage. The Sand is beatable. I think the Sand's pretty easily beatable. Do I push now? I think so. Yeah, I just want to push now. Because they might have boarded in those green protection spells. Duress can trade with the Prime sub. Speaking of which, folks, did you know? Any primers in chat? Do we have anybody that's got a spare Amazon Prime sub? Perhaps maybe an Oiler? Maybe perhaps an Oiler? No? No Oilers? What did they do? They played Burning Tree and then that dude. Alright, I'm just going to do this and pass. Mid 18. Any Dubai Barons? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. -2. I accept the 2 damage. Oh, okay. Well, sure. Anyways, game 3. Run it back. The Houston Oilers aren't a team anymore? No, it's the Saudi Arabian Oilers. Okay. Castable spell, keep. They're not great castable spells, but they are castable spells. I mean, there's no way this Duress misses, right? It's just not possible. Oh, Duress definitely did not miss. The question is, what the fuck do I take now? You have 2 Rages. I mean, Rage is really tough, but Play with Fire. Double Rage for sure. Yeah, but I don't want them to double Rage. Right? Maybe, okay, hold on. Maybe what I should do is take Play with Fire, let them cast the first Rage, next turn tap land Duress, take the second Rage, and then just take a couple of hits. I think that's the plan. I kind of think that's the only way I can win this game. Yeah, so they Rage here. Yeah. Take 5. And then next turn we go tap land, Duress, take second Rage. Oh, well, I mean, if you're gonna give me that off the top, then sure, I guess. I'm gonna play around them having. I guess they can't have protection spell and green source. Maybe that was stupid, but that might have been a spew, right? Yeah, that might have been stupid. Like, it's gonna Rage now. No, they're gonna pass. Okay. So, do I Fable and take 5? It's got to be better than Harvestering, right? Yeah, this has to be better than Harvestering. I could also just block and make them use the Rage. Huh. Do I want them to use the Rage? I mean, they're going to cast it regardless, right? So if I don't block, how much am I taking? Well, hold on a second. Maybe it's better to force them to put the token here instead of the Swiss Spear. 2, 3. So 1 prowess would be 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. Better blocks next turn. Well, the only way that I have better blocks is if I attack with this and make a treasure. Also, getting the Rage out of their hand is much better if I draw Sheoldred. So I think in that instance I should block. Because if I don't block this turn, my best draw is Sheoldred. But if I don't make them use the Rage this turn and draw Sheoldred, then my Sheoldred's not a good draw, right? That's a weird one. That is a weird one. It's 7. Their last card's Ferocidon. What if I discard Fable Harvester? And then I'm trying to think of a spot where I draw Sheoldred, they go land Ferocidon, then I go Event Odd. But if I discard both of these and miss on spells, then it's bad. I'm going to gamble. I'm a gambling man. Okay, that's like worst case scenario. That is absolute worst case scenario. Okay, maybe that was not smart. What if I Sokenzan this turn? I like it. Even in Thoughtseize and Pray. I can't Extinction Event and Thoughtseize. I'm just gonna hope they don't draw a spell. Yeah, I'm just gonna double block Swiss Spear. Okay, I'm at 4. Hold. Okay. So I'm at 4. So now I go Extinction Event Odd? No, because this would die. What if I just name Even? Like, basically trade these two, hope they brick on spells? Yeah, I think we have to go Even. Oh, yeah, I guess attacking first was better. I don't know if the 1 damage is going to matter that much, but attacking first was better, yeah. It was a close game. I think I probably messed this game up by discarding the Harvester. Probably should have kept that one. It's a good sign. Okay. Am I ever casting Thoughtseize? Kind of assume no. Yeah. I mean, if they had Play with Fire, they would have killed Reflection and attacked, right? So we probably assume they don't have Play with Fire. Although maybe they're just holding Play with Fire for face. Why not take Ferocidon? Because then we just die to a shock. I mean, we know they don't have a Tarkus command. If they had command, they probably would have attacked. Okay, now we have to kill this. So we're at 3. Well, we know they have a Ferocidon. I mean, now we kind of have to Thoughtseize the Ferocidon, right? Because how do I beat it? But then I can't castle. I need to find, like, a Trespasser or something. But I think I have to cast the Thoughtseize now. Well, you know. Okay, so if they draw land, we have no outs. Well, no, that's not true. We can draw Go for the Throat. We have to attack. Yes. I don't know what I can beat, though. Because I can't beat lands. I can't beat most spells. Yeah, they drew Targus Command. Okay, I can maybe beat that spell. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'll even Thoughtseize against them. I think it's better than the cards in our sideboard. Not technically dead. So we can go copy Harvester, kill the Trampler. The problem is we're going to have to trade for the Emissary. But I guess that's fine, right? You can block before copy? What do you mean? You can't Harvester on their turn. Playing the land was bad. Oh, for blood tokens? Yeah, we died anyways. GG's. Tough match. Yeah, so there was a couple of things that I think I could have done differently in that match. Discarding the Harvester was maybe bad. Other than that, though, I don't know if there was a ton else that I could have done differently. I think the push was fine. Casting the Fable was good. Maybe I could have held on the push. Like that turn that I pushed main phase, maybe I should have waited on the Fatal Push. The Sokenzan turn was good. Yeah, I mean, other than not discarding the Harvester, I don't know what else I could have done there. That was a close match. Very close match. GG's. Folks on YouTube who are watching this, hope you enjoyed a little trip down memory lane. We have decided to go back to the year 2022, and this deck was pretty good up until that last match. To be fair, I think this particular setup is maybe not the best against those aggressive Gruul decks, but yeah, Rakdos still good. You don't need the Vampire package, and I mean, the one thing that I want to mention about those games is they were really fun to play, right? They didn't involve turn 3 Sorin Vein Ripper, and there was a lot of decision points, a lot of back and forth, very, very close games, and they were just a lot more fun to play. And I think that is where you want to be with the format and with Rakdos. So if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, let me know in the comments section, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, YouTube.